The rain is really extreme. Like, you've never felt rain like this before. It will just completely soak you. The one time we got robbed, the guy had a gun. I don't know if it was real, but that was probably the craziest time, and I was ready to give him my money, but my companion kept telling him no. That you should always be willing to give. Mexicans are so giving. Even if they have almost nothing, they will still worry about you, worry that you haven't eaten, even though you've eaten like 6 meals that day. It's just extremely important to give everything that you can to help other people. Yeah, so in my last area, there was this dog that looked exactly like Scooby-Doo, and he was so friendly. So I ended up petting him one day because he was so cute, and he would not leave us alone after that. He followed us and was jumping on me. He was huge, but he was so friendly and having so much fun, and he would not leave me alone. And people were laughing at me on the street because they thought it was so funny, but I could not get away from him. I think the hardest thing was having a companion and realizing that companion doesn't always want the same thing that you do. So you have to sometimes compromise, but then sometimes you have to realize that you have to do the right thing and be obedient. In my first area, there was a family. They had probably like 6 kids living with them, and at the time we were really looking for investigators because we basically had nothing, and we happened to get this as a reference, I believe, and we went to visit them, and we realized that this family was huge, and they were just so amazing with us. They were so open, and they wanted to listen to the gospel, and that was basically just an answer to our prayers because we were able to find like 7 investigators that way because we prayed so hard and we tried to find investigators so hard, and that was just an answer to our prayers, and I know that God was listening to us. I don't know that I made any language mistakes. I probably did, but they weren't funny. I do remember though, in my second area, there was a new elder, and he was trying to say sucedió, which means it happened, but he said suicidio, which means they suicided. So that was kind of a huge mistake. And in the MTC, I remember the word for sin and fish is really similar. It's just a letter difference. And my companion said pescado, which is fish, instead of pecado, which is sin. And that made the teacher laugh really hard because we were like teaching them.